Thank you. Thank you. It's not necessary. Please. Please, it's not necessary. Please, please. That's all, huh? You know, to me, it's a special kick. There's no other show probably in the whole world that has such a spirit of warmth, of brotherhood. This is the only show where nobody cares who you are, what you are. They judge you as a human being, not by your religion. Am I right, mister? As a man who's not too intelligent a person, what would you say? Because this is the spirit of brotherhood that we hope would pervade our whole society. Because it makes no difference what a person is. Like, here's a man, I don't know what he is. I don't care what he is. It's none of my business. I don't like this man. But I don't judge a man by his religion. I don't even judge him by his color, because that's nobody's business. Like, here's a man, I don't know what he is either. I don't know what you are. But I'm not better than him. I'm not better than him. I'm better than this guy. Nobody is better than anybody else. That's the essence of democracy. Do you understand what I'm talking about, mister? I asked you 3 questions. Don't you know anything? This is true all over the world. There's too much hate and violence. How many people really believe in brotherhood? Very few. When I go, it'll be all over. I'm on the wrong side. I found out in this business you can't please everybody. Some people like you, some don't. Do you notice that? I think in your case, most people don't. But it happens to be true. Do you notice that? You can't like everybody. You can't enjoy everybody. It's almost impossible. The best we could hope for is a degree of tolerance to at least appreciate the right of other people. You got that so far? Are you Jewish? No? Get out. Because people are basically all the same. I don't care if a man is white or black. It's nobody's business. People are all the same. Let's be honest about it. A man is born black. Does that make him worse than you? There's nobody worse than you. Except this guy. I found one guy worse than you. There's people worse than you, too, but I never met them, I'll be honest. What I'm trying to bring out is that's the only way that this country will ever survive. Will you ever stop to think that this country was actually born by accident? We're all here by accident. You certainly are. You know when Columbus discovered America, he wasn't even looking for America? Anybody? So far, you didn't know one thing unless I told you. He wasn't. He was looking for a shortcut to India. Nobody could figure it out because he was running around with Queen Isabella at the time. I don't know if you heard about it. And he was doing pretty good. All of a sudden, he started looking for a shortcut to India. Everybody else was looking for a shortcut to Queen Isabella. You know, originally when he came, he accomplished nothing because all the banks were closed. It was Columbus Day. That's my best joke, mister. I think there's a Nazi right in front of him. It hurts him that a Jew is white. I'm trying to preach the significance of brotherhood and love. Do you understand that, mister? Right now we got problems all over the world. Take a look what's going on in Vietnam. Mister. Do you understand what's going on? No matter how much you love your country, are you a citizen? Doesn't it bother you what's going on there? I don't believe everything they tell me. Every day they tell me that we knocked out 500 bridges in North Vietnam. You believe that? I studied North Vietnam carefully. I just came from there. I found out there's only 8 bridges in North Vietnam. How do we find 500 bridges a week to knock out? Anybody? I'll tell you how they do it. You're lucky I'm not busy. I'll explain it to you. Every day we send bombers over North Vietnam, and these bombers drop bridges. Then we knock out the bridges that we dropped, and we let go. You understand that? Well, thank the Lord. About time you applauded something. I was admitting to admire how you could control yourself. Now you see. Either laugh it up or get out. I don't need you. Let me tell you a true story. Are you busy? Listen to this. You're not too thrilled about these jokes at all, huh? Why don't you sit with him? We'll keep all this clips on. I'm trying to bring out something to you. Like right now, we should rededicate ourselves to our country. We ought to thank the Lord for the fact that we even live here. How many countries would let a man in your condition sit right in the front? Do you know what kind of a country this is? It's like Richard Nixon said only last week, and I don't want to make fun of him because I'm proud of the fact that we have a man like him to become the president of our nation. Because he's going to do a lot of things nobody ever did before. And he himself don't know what it is. As a matter of fact, that's how he won the campaign. He says, I'm definite. About what? I can't tell you. He says, I'm going to do. They said, what? He says, it's not my business. He never answered a question throughout the campaign. That's why they voted for him. They figured if he don't know what to do, he must be pretty good. He's smart enough not to find out. He's no good. Did you ever hear one of his speeches? He said, I'd like to make one thing very clear, and I think this is very important to make it very clear, whatever it is that I'm talking about. Because if we make one thing clear, then we could go and make another thing clear and have two clear things that we didn't have before. Because once you have number one and number two, then... Help out, don't get out. I don't mean to pick on you. I only pick on you for one reason. I don't like you. You know, this is hilarious. I pick on him, he gets mad. I pick on him, he laughs. You know why he laughs? Why do you think he laughs? Stupid, he don't know what it is. I'm kidding you. I don't make a living from picking on people. If you was a person, I wouldn't have bothered you either. I just told myself a better joke than I told you. Don't get the wrong impression. I don't want to mix in politics because this is none of my business. I'm here to express the tributes of this country in terms of the brotherhood and love that this nation enjoys. And the only thing that will make this nation endure. I say let's forget differences. Let's get together once and for all and get the Germans. That's the only way. Not that the Germans are bad people, but if you're Jewish, Because I feel brotherhood here more than any place else. Like here's a black man sitting right in front of me. Look how I can tell. I know my business. You want me to tell you the truth? You're as good as this guy anytime. And I'm not too crazy about this guy. That's right, because we're all here by accident, and we didn't pick out the color we were born. Did somebody call you up before you were born and say, Mister, what color do you want? It's an accident of birth. If somebody asked you for a color before you were born, the chances are you never would have picked white. I'll bet you would have picked pink. That's right, then what would you do if you were pink and everybody else was light blue? Where would you go? Everybody would say, you hear about that pink guy? He's moving into the neighborhood. I'll ask you another question, as long as I'm not busy. You see, if it's such a thrill to be born white, I'd like to know this. How is it every time the sun comes out, every white person lays on the floor like a dead horse, desperate to turn brown? Somehow born brown, not so hot, but turn brown. I was just in Miami Beach. They were admiring a guy with a tan there. What a tan! They couldn't get over it. Then they found out he's really colored. Get out! I say that it makes no difference who you are as long as you don't look like this guy. It's all the spirit of fun. He don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for the opportunity of really seeing me here in person. May God bless me and keep me. I shall have nothing to worry about for many years to come. I happen to be a wonderful person, and that's why I want to wish myself from the bottom of my heart the very best of it. Thank you very much.